Which ones am I working from this side of your homework? Yes, thank you for asking. Number 6.
13 and 14.
I'll do one of those, okay? Can I do number 6, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Let's look at number 6 first. Number 6, we've got a trapezoid. That's good enough. QX is equal to SY. And the measure of angle TXY is 45. What are we looking for? Just the measure of angle S?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. What did y'all do first? Wait a minute. This is called a...
Median.
Yes, median. What else is it called?
Mid-segment.
Mid-segment. For some reason, your worksheet called it a median. But we learned it as a mid-segment, but median was right because that's what the worksheet called it. If that is a mid-segment, what does a mid-segment connect? A blank to a blank.
Midpoint.
A midpoint
Yeah.
to a midpoint. Now, if this is a midpoint and I have one tick mark on this side, what goes on this side? One tick mark. That's a midpoint and I've got one tick mark here, then I get...
Another tick mark.
What kind of trapezoid is that?
Isosceles.
It's an isosceles trapezoid. Now, I know that one of my bonus properties for an isosceles trapezoid is base angles are congruent. So if I can figure out what this base angle is, this one, it'll be the same as this one, base angles, base angle 1 and 2. So we just got to find what that green arc equals. What's the relationship between these two angles, the red and the red?
180.
Yep. They're same side interior angles. They're supplementary. They're kind of like the leg angles, but this one's like the leg angle shifted up. So they're supplementary. The supplement of 145.
135.
Oh, I said 145. The supplement of 45. I was trying to say the answer is 135. So that's how you solve number 6. Number 13. Ready? 13. There's some little bit of algebra in here. Yay for some of us. For some of us. X plus 11. If you did poorly on yesterday's quiz, did you watch the video?
No.
I worked out 1, and then I worked out number 2, and then I worked out number 3, and then I did it for the other version as well. I spent a lot of time on those. So if you did poorly on your quiz yesterday, please watch the video tonight. It just helps you with systems. I solved the systems. I solved the quadratic, okay? Formula. Formula.
B1 plus B2.
Add your bases and divide by 2, and it equals your mid-segment. Add your bases and divide by 2. What's x plus 11 plus 9?
X
X plus 20. So add your bases and divide by 2, and it equals your mid-segment. You're going to have to do this on today's quiz. Got this? Now, the thing is, 20 is divisible by 2. That's wonderful. But x is not divisible by 2. And who loves working with fractions as coefficients?
Mrs. J.
No.
Mrs.
I can.
So I'm not going to divide x plus 20 by 2. I need to get rid of that 2. What's the opposite of divide by 2?
Multiply by 2.
Multiply by 2. So if we multiply both sides by 2, that will go away. X plus 20 will equal, you need to multiply that by 2.
2x minus 40.
And there you go, your answer is 60. Add 40 to both sides and subtract x. Okay, let's go on to kites. The kites side.
Yeah,
6.
Can you work out number 1?
Is it okay if we rounded?
Add those up, subtract from 360 and divide by 2. What?
Is it okay if we rounded
Which one?
on one? That's
Oh.
106.
No, it's 105.5. Yeah, now you know. Don't round unless the directions specifically tell you to, okay? Keep it exact. It is tempting to round an angle to a whole number though, so I get it. You want to give me one more to work?
Oh. No?
10. I got my kites right.
Okay. Jenny, when I work 7, it might help you with 4, okay? Do you want me to still do 4? I can do 4.
No.
Number 6. Ready? Number 6.
Taking the base.
So it looks something like this. Now they only drew one diagonal, so just like the warm-up, I'm not going to overcomplicate this. I'm not going to draw the other diagonal in. We know that this is 4x plus 13, and we know that this is 5x minus 15. The good news about this problem is that we do not have to do a system of equations. Because in a kite, you will always have a line of symmetry, right? Every time, I want you to bold the line of symmetry. Make it darker, even extend it if you want. That is a mirror image. So when this angle looks in the mirror, what angle does he see?
5x minus 7.
Yeah, he sees that angle. If those are mirror images, it means they're equal. So you start this problem off by setting that equal to that. And you get x equals something. Okay, 28. And then you plug it back in and you get this angle is 125? Okay. Cool. So now we know one angle of that triangle. We know a few other things. We know that this is y minus 9, and we know that this is y.
Y plus Y.
Mirror image. When y looks in the mirror, what does he see?
Y.
Y. When y plus 9, well, y minus 9 looks in the mirror, sees y minus 9. So look at the top triangle, look at the bottom triangle. I don't care which triangle you look at. What do the angles of a triangle add up to? 180. So add all three angles, y minus 9 plus y plus 125. We are now not really doing anything with a kite. We're just using a triangle at this point. So you add all three to equal 180. Okay? So that's number 6. Number 7. Do you know that the best way to draw a kite is to start with a T?
Yeah.
And then just connect them? Connect. Connect. Connect.
How many triangles are there?
Okay. This is 2x. This is 10x minus 6. And this is 3x. Okay. When I give you a kite or a rhombus, what do I want you to do every single time with the diagonals? Draw a box. Mark perpendicular. However you want to say it. 90, 90, 90, 90. That's what I expect you to do with a kite and with a rhombus. Rhombus. Kite and rhombus. Now, rectangle, you would put it on the corners, but not on the diagonals. Okay. I immediately know that those angles are 90. Then you need to look for right triangles. Do you see some right triangles? You should see 4 of them.
Everywhere.
Yeah. I would look at this one right here. If I've got a right triangle, and I know one angle, how do you find that other one again? 90 minus 20, and you get 70. So how are those related? These two add up to 90. So these two add up to 90. The tough thing about this problem, what number is this? The tough thing about number 7 is that you don't need the 3x at all. And you probably tried to use it. You're probably like, wait, how does this fit in? You tried to shove it in there somehow. But you don't need to. 2x plus 10x minus 6 equals 90, end of story. Last one, number 10. And then we need to take our quiz. Number 10. Sides, because we haven't talked about sides. So let's talk about sides real quick. AB is 13, AC is 5, and AE is 21. Is it okay if I go ahead and subtract? 21 minus 5.
60.
Cool. Okay. What do you do the first time, every time you see a kite or a rhombus?
Square.
90, 90, 90, 90. And then what are we going to do?
Fraction.
Pythagorean theorem. Or we might have memorized the triples. 5. No?
12.
5, 12, 13. This is a 5, 12, 13 triangle. If you didn't know that, it doesn't matter. 13 squared minus 5 squared is 144. The square root of 144 is 12. If this is 12 and this is a mirror, then what's this? 12. 13. Alright? Now we have another right triangle. It's another triple. 12 squared plus 16 squared. You take the square root. 20. 20 looks in the mirror and he sees 20. Okay, good? Good. Let me go over a couple more shapes. Let me do a few reminders. We've talked plenty about kites. We don't need to talk about that. If this is a rhombus, I'm a broken record. What do you do first?
Square.
Square, box, 90, 90, 90, 90, 99. Okay. What do you get 4 of? You get 4
Right triangle.
right triangles, and what's true about all 4 of
They're all
those?
congruent.
They're all congruent if this is a rhombus. So triangle 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the exact same triangle. Now, if this angle is 20, could you fill in all the angles of the rhombus?
Yes.
So 20, 20, because the diagonals bisect the angles. And then what are all the other ones? 70, 70, 70, 70. That's how a rhombus works. Yes. Is a rhombus a parallelogram? Yes. Okay. Next one, a rectangle. 4
The
isosceles triangles. 4 isosceles triangles. Triangle 1 is congruent to triangle 1, and triangle 2 is congruent to triangle 2. Let me pick a different number. So if, let's just do, we'll do 80 and 10. If that angle's 10, picture in your head, what other angles are 10? Base angles,
And then the
alternate interior angles, base angles. Those are my tenors. And then which angles are 80, right? The rest of them. How do we get 80?
Because 90
Because
90 minus 10. Okay? So that's how a rectangle works. Okay? Last thing, trapezoid. How do you find this guy?
B1
Divided by 2. Very good. If this angle, what did I want to ask you next? How is this angle related to this angle?
The supplementary.
they don't equal 90.
Two consecutive.
Oh, no.
They're identical.
they're congruent.
Trick question. They're not related at all whatsoever. Is this an isosceles trapezoid? It's not.
Well, you don't.
So that angle and that angle have nothing to do with each other. So let's say that this angle is 30 and this angle is 50. If I want to find my missing angles, what I recommend is just like picture a line drawn down the middle. Nothing over here affects the things over here. They don't affect it at all. If this is 30, that would be 30. And what would my other 2 angles be? 150 and then 150. So that's how those work. If this is 50, then this is 50 because it slides up right there. And then 130, 130. Okay? Time to take your quiz. When you're done with your quiz, you can work on your logic puzzle. And you have the rest of class to take your quiz. What, John?
Are there quadratics?
Yeah, we take the logical equations